I'm here with Jami Lincoln. Jami, I'm so excited to sit down and talk with you about serving. Tell me your start at Eastwind. How long have you been at Eastwind? How'd you find it?
I've been at Eastwind for about 3 years now. Some of our friends had come here. I had met them through friends of friends. I was at a vineyard previously and they started coming here. And so the church I was at ended up closing. And so I came and checked it out and I absolutely loved it.
Oh, awesome. And you serve now in high school ministry. Mm-hmm. So how'd that come about? How did you get involved in volunteering in high school?
Yeah, so I would say I talked to Dee and Kate. Well, they talked to me about it at our sand volleyball league over summer and just had kind of said, hey, like there's a need and you might be a great fit and we'd love for you to come shadow if if and when you feel comfortable. And it took me about a year and then I ended up shadowing and decided to kind of take that step and it's been awesome.
Cool. It was a journey.
Yeah.
And kind of unrelated, if you could only choose Dee or Haley to be on your volleyball team, who would you choose?
Haley.
Haley, okay.
Sorry, Dee.
Thanks for sharing that. What's your day-to-day job? So you're serving in high school ministry after a full day at work. What do you do for your day-to-day?
Yeah, so I'm a nurse anesthetist. I work downtown St. Luke's in Boise. My schedule's all over the place. I make it to probably 85%. I would say 85 to 90% of the meetings on Tuesdays, just because I can work a 24, I can work night shift, I work all over the place. So, and so coming here after that has just, been a blessing, even if it's a long day. I feel like I always leave here and my heart is so full. Just seeing the faith of these kids is so inspiring and it inspires me to deepen mine as well, so.
Yeah. You use great language. You said it's been a blessing and your heart's full. One of the things we say a lot is that serving changes lives, like our lives. Yeah. So how, as you took the journey into serving and now you are, how have you been practically changed to be more like Jesus?
Yeah, I think coming on Sundays has been so awesome. And Tuesday is another day. I mean, we're here to support these kids, but we're also getting worship time. We're getting a great message from Dee. And then we're getting to have some great conversations about the Bible and about Jesus and how that relates to our own lives and what everyone's going through. And so for me, it's just been an awesome reminder during the week, kind of middle of the week to really spend time in prayer and read my Bible and hey, we have, these topics we're covering with the kids tonight, let me brush up on that as well so I can hopefully be more of a resource. So I think it's definitely changed my prayer routine and my prayer life and that's been pretty cool.
I love that. Preparing for the group has also been just heart preparation. Yeah. Do you have a highlight of your serving time, something you look at and go, oh, this was a moment that was so good?
I think, the small group time can vary each week. Some days I feel like the kids are more engaged than others. And it was just a few weeks ago, actually, we just had some amazing, vulnerable conversation. I think our freshman girls are amazing. Their relationship with Jesus is inspiring. It kind of blows me away. Actually, it's pretty cool. But just to hear them just be so open and encourage each other. And, a lot of times, especially that night, I just got to sit back and listen to them support each other. I chimed in every once in a while, but it was just we left group and had prayer and all of us were just wow, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the growth.
That's good. Cause one of the things we say is when it comes to our students and our kids, just be who you wish you had when you were a freshman.
Absolutely.
And it seems like you're just kind of leaning into that, right?
Yeah.
In some ways paying it forward almost.
Totally.
So there's probably someone watching who's okay, so she's got a day job, I got a day job. She does this after work, I can pull this off. Mm-hmm. But they're on the fence and they just don't know how to take that next step. You took a while. What advice would you give them?
Yeah, I would definitely lean into prayer about that. I think it did take me a while just because I had felt, we have group, we've got other things during the week. I was coaching at the time, and so it just felt like a stretch. But I've been doing it for almost a full year now, and it's it's our Tuesday night routine, and it's, a couple hours, and you just receive so much benefit from it. It doesn't hinder my schedule. It's a joy to go. So I guess I would just say, dive in. I would say shadow and just see if that's something that God's putting on your heart. And just know that, at least for me, I have found it easy to make that time. barring work and all the things. So
yeah, I love that.
yeah.
The kind of related to your own story. If someone's watching and they're like, okay, but how do I follow Jesus? Why do you follow Jesus?
Man, yeah, it's been a journey. Jesus has drastically changed my life, my perspective on life. I became a Christian and understood what a relationship with Jesus meant probably about 6 years ago now. And so throughout that journey, the grace that he's been showing me, I'm not perfect. And so I think a lot of before I was volunteering, it was like, who am I to be here and show these kids, like, what qualifications do I have? And so I think, I've lived a lot of life, and God has shown me that there is just a better way to do it. You don't have to act a certain way to be accepted. You don't have to be a certain way to, impress others to feel worthy. And so those lessons have been so powerful in my own life, like coming after finding Jesus. And so I think that was just something that was on my heart of like, that was kind of all I needed, is what I felt God put on my heart, is like, you're equipped because, I've taught you these lessons, and you can pass that on in just your own experience.
Oh, thank you. That's so good. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your story and for how you serve. And I just wanted to, let you know, when you're, how do you say it?
Nurse anesthetist.
Anesthetist.
Yeah.
Dee was a little worried about you serving because he thought you'd really put the kids to sleep. That's all. Thanks.